Welcome to Empower Hour. Let's get growing. Good morning. Happy Friday the 13th. I'm feeling pretty good about what I have to talk about today. Although all my notes have disappeared, that's okay. I will find them. Today I want to talk about the difference between energy management and time management, but beyond that, getting really specific in how we're managing our energy. And so the reason why I want to talk about the difference between energy management and time management is simple. If you do not have the energy to do the things that you want to do, to work on all those little micro goals that you need to get to achieve in order to achieve your big goals, you're going to struggle. It's not going to matter what you have in your calendar, how you have it there. It's not what you do, right? It's who you are when you are doing it. And so energy management really enables you to tap into that highest and best version of yourself and to stay there and to be able to maintain that mindset, that level of energy, the intuition. And that's where I want to talk about what the differences are in the types of energy management. Now, for my 28 years of my real estate career, I really was in a very, very masculine energy, right? So energy is everything. How we manage it shapes our entire life experience, but it's not just about structure and discipline. It's also about flow, self-care, and intuitive alignment. And so in my 28-year real estate career, I was in a very masculine energy state. I was, goals, exercise, discipline, structure. And one day I realized this thing, discipline, is really not self-love or self-care. When you're having the conversation with yourself about discipline, if only I did this, I would be that. If only I stopped doing this, I would be that. We already are. And it's really more a matter of unblocking the things that are preventing us from showing up who we are fully, right? Our full human potential. And so when I switched that conversation from discipline to I get to do this so that I can become this best and highest best version woman of my dreams. And it completely flipped the switch on everything for me. And then I started practicing this balancing of masculine and feminine energy strategies. I even practiced balancing masculine and feminine strategies in prospecting and pretty much in every area of my life. And I spent the bulk of my life in masculine energy. I was a hunter and a gatherer, just in survival mode, making it happen, grinding out, hustling, and hitting it hard. And I don't know if it's that I'm 53. I don't think so. I think I would have loved to approach my work like this from day one, because the difference is like night and day. My work no longer drains me. I no longer need the crutch. For me, it was alcohol, whatever your crutches are. I don't need that. I could keep going and going and going and going and going and going. I have that energy now. And so I think it's really important that you are intentional with managing your energy. And there are a lot of strategies One that I was really big on for a long time is a digital sunset. So taking your phone, your tablet, or whatever, and putting them all away by 7 p.m. And I did that for a long time. And I'm very grateful that I did, because I have broken the habit of needing that phone and checking it every 2 to 3 minutes. And when I feel myself coming back to the place where I'm like doing that again, I go back to the digital sunset. And it's not that I don't do a digital sunset. I do. I'm just not as rigid with it right now. So I am limiting the screen time, but I'm also allowing myself to use certain parts of my iPad or my tablet to incorporate into my evening and morning routines, right? Meditation, binaural beats, different kind of talks that inspire me, podcasts, and things of that nature, making sure that I am filling my cup with the things that make me feel calm, focused, centered. So while I'm really big, if you are completely addicted to that phone and you are sitting at dinner with your family and you're looking at your phone and then you're wondering why your kid is doing the same thing, I highly encourage you to do a complete detox of that. Make it, I don't touch the phone till 8 a.m. and I put it down at whatever time, right before dinner, and I don't look at it again. And you will find that you're going to unearth so much creativity, so much joy, so much freedom just from that one simple step. Really, really powerful. And you're going to use it to wind down. You're going to use it to also energize yourself in the morning, whatever you have on your phone and your tablet, right? So just making sure that you have access and you are ready to go with those tools. They're amazing. Also focusing on your fundamentals, right? Breathing. How am I breathing? Am I breathing fully? Am I breathing through my mouth? Breathing through your mouth actually causes anxiety. It also can cause excitement. So if you're ready to go out and do something huge and you need to be pumped up and motivated, did you actually know that there's very little difference between excitement and anxiety? So just being mindful and aware of how you're breathing and how is this going to impact my mood? What am I looking to get out of this? I spent my morning doing Breath of Fire today, powering myself up. Tuning into your body's needs and moving in ways that feel joyful and aligned. So, I used to be CrossFit, working with a trainer and doing all those things. And I am not knocking those things. They're absolutely amazing. But I have now taken a more feminine approach. And guys, don't be scared when I talk about feminine energy. I had more masculine energy than a lot of men I know. Sorry. We have both. We have both, and they are tools for us. And the feminine energy is going to get you into a more creative space, and more it's flow, it's creativity, it's all of those things, right? Where the masculine approach is just, hustle, grind, getting it done, right? So there's a time when you need both. But what I'm suggesting is that we have only in the entrepreneurial and business world, we've really been so hyper focused on that masculine energy. And for me, in my 28-year career, by only being that masculine energy, I actually tuned out my own intuition. I was just becoming what the world wanted me to be, what my role was supposed to be. Wasn't even a role I chose, because I wasn't tuned in. I wasn't grounded. I wasn't connected to my own intuition. And then it imploded. It imploded, for which I am very, very grateful, because I am now building a business that is completely in alignment with who I am, living a life in integrity and in alignment with who I am. And that is truly from allowing this more feminine approach. So for me, Kundalini yoga is something I love. I also do like a lot of just free dancing, shaking everything out of my body to a couple of songs, just letting my body guide me, using mindful breathing as a daily reset. As a matter of fact, I use mindful breathing often throughout the day, many times throughout the day. And let's just do that right now. Let's just take a deep breath in. And then we're going to release it slowly. And just observe. Feel the shift in your energy. I do this very often throughout the day, 3 times, and I connect to the highest version of myself instantly, taking that pause instead of going into that direct reaction, taking a pause, taking a breath, tapping into the best version of yourself, taking that moment to affirm what I call affirmations, to make a decision, make a choice, take an action based on your highest version of yourself. So, so powerful, so important. One of the other changes that I have made is making sleep a priority, treating my sleep as if it is sacred. I bought myself an Aura ring a few years ago, and my average sleep went from about 4.5 to 5.5 hours a night to 7 hours. Very rare that I go below 7. And sometimes I will sleep 8.5 hours. Honoring this as an essential act of self-care. And that's what I think the difference is between approaching energy management as a form of discipline or as a practice of discipline versus as an essential act of self-care. Approaching it with love, reverence, treating yourself with reverence. I love that word. So creating bedtime rituals that feel sacred. Maybe that's lavender candles, calming music. Journaling is one of my most powerful daily habits that keeps me focused, keeps me grounded, keeps me aligned with who I am and what I want to achieve, because I've forgotten many times. And my ultimate mission now is to never forget and to stay in that space. Your body restores its energy when you sleep. This is why that time is sacred. So bringing these practices that I've talking about, meditation, journaling, movement, they not only fuel your energy, but they create space for deeper creativity, more focus, fun, joy, humor, the things that make what we do for a living fun. I want to remind us that we became entrepreneurs and business owners because we wanted freedom. I was on a deep dive call yesterday with someone exploring where, if we're going to be working together and seeing how I could support her. And when we unearthed that she has been robbing her own freedom by being in a space of, now I have to prospect people. Now I have to go to a chamber of commerce dinner. And now I have to do that. And a lot of that, getting into this space of, oh, I have to do this, is because your energy is lacking. And so we're robbing ourselves of the very gift of why we became entrepreneurs to begin with. We're not enjoying the process. The more we care for ourselves, the more energy we can give to what matters most. And then we have to take steps to protect our energy. Yesterday was a really difficult day for me. I had some very dark energy just spewed all over me. And I did a really good job at being able to, number one, my routines in the morning, they protect my energy. I literally put like an aura around myself at the beginning of the day now to protect myself from those things that can drain your energy. And there's so much out there right now, right? Between the politics, the division, everything. And so we step outside, we can have these beautiful routines, and then we step outside or step into rooms, and our job is to not match the energy in any room. Our job is to not sync to the energy in any room. Our job is to bring the energy to the room. And so setting boundaries with kindness and flexibility, protecting your time and energy, but allowing space for intuition and flow. This is something that I still struggle with. You know, I'm sharing a home right now with both daughters and my granddaughter. And although I've created this beautiful space for myself, my lake view, my front garden, I still like, you know, when I should be focused and concentrating, when I know there's people, I tend to go out and investigate and get involved with everybody else's life. And so I'm still practicing, but I catch myself very quickly because I know that the more I'm taking care of myself, the more that I am focused on the things that are important to me when my time is supposed to be spent with my family, not meddling and controlling and fixing. I'm just talking about one of the areas that drains my energy. Then when I'm with my family, I am focused, I am present. So this really is a blend of structure and flow and discipline and self-care. And I've spent so much time in the last 8 months in the feminine energy. And now I have brought in back some of that masculine energy, and I'm working on KPIs, and I'm, you know, setting goals, prospecting, having the conversations, doing all the things that I need to do in a more hustle kind of way, but a very soft hustle, a hustle that is driven by my intuition, by my gut, by my joy, what makes me feel good, and how do I approach this task in a way that I feel good about it instead of I have to do this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just in a space where I never want to have to do anything again. So I encourage you to, you know, brainstorm some of your own strategies, but don't be afraid to add in some soul nourishing feminine approach so you can sustain your vibrant energy throughout the entire day. And I really, really urge all of you, at the very least, to practice a digital sunset. This is probably one of the things that I've done that had the biggest impact on who I am, and really being able to get into my intuition. I am in a space where not always, but most of the time, I know the exact next right thing to do. It's clear. There's no choices. It's choiceless. I know exactly what comes next. And a lot of that I attribute to putting that phone away at 7 p.m. and disconnecting from the world and from all the opinions and all of the divisiveness and anger and victimhood and blaming that we have going on in the world today, and really being able to tune into my own voice and really be able to identify what matters to me most. If you'd like support with your energy management or anything, I encourage you to take a deep dive, schedule a deep dive session with me. You go to jennifermara.com/schedule, and we can explore what's draining your energy, what's blocking you from really understanding what's most important to you right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I haven't done a solo Empower Hour in a while, and I also don't have my engineer today, so I don't even know if we were on Instagram. I don't think we were, but I love you guys. Have an amazing day. jennifermara.com/schedule. Talk to you soon.